that is, of course, Senegal versus Egypt at 8 p.m. Then, of course, we'll be having on the host Morocco versus the Super Eagles of Nigeria at exactly 11 p.m. tonight.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But there's a stat that you came up with, Chep. Now, it is a bit staggering, really, because how is Africa Cup of Nations really Africa Cup of Nations? Is it Africa Cup of Nations? Is it a tournament for African players?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tournament for, should I say, overseas players?
Yeah, that is players that, of course, are born in diaspora.
In fact, ongeza hapo, born and bred.
Yeah, born and raised.
But yes.
Let's use born and raised in diaspora in different countries.
Yeah.
Because something interesting, of course, 30% of the players who have participated in the AFCON.
Yeah.
Of course, from the beginning, hata kama wamekuwa eliminated, of course, those teams that were in the African Cup of Nations.
The 24
nations. 30% of those players were raised out of the African continent. Almost half. To say a quarter of it, just slightly higher than a quarter of those players. Yeah. And there were around 600 players, around 664 players.
664 players across the 24 nations participating in the Africa Cup of Nations 2025.
30% of them were born and raised outside the African continent.
191 players.
Yes.
Out of those 664 players were born outside Africa.
Outside of
born,
Africa.
Bred, raised, and nurtured.
Yeah. So
out of the continent.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting conversation because it's neither a good thing nor a bad thing. It's something to ponder on. Because as a continent, we really love our African Cup of Nations. If anybody tries to say attack the African Cup of Nations, we defend it. Yeah, we really defend it because it's our own. But now when it comes now to the numbers, it shows something a bit different. Because the only team, the only country that fielded fully homegrown players, that was Botswana.
Like 4, I think.
Botswana, Egypt, South Africa, and I think Zambia as well.
Zambia, yes.
And Zambia as well. So those 4 countries, only 4 countries out of the 24, had local best players. Totally local best players.
And raised within the continent.
Within the continent.
Yes.
Meaning they are playing their league within the continent.
Now, Equatorial Guinea had 28-man squad, right? Out of them, 19 were born in their colonial powers, that is Spain.
Yeah.
And that's just Equatorial Guinea. The numbers are staggering in the sense, Comoros, that were played the opening game against the host Morocco.
Yeah.
They have 96% of their players were born out of Comoros.
Yeah, 96. They have the highest, highest number.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, out of those 96, only one out of the 25 players that went to Africa Cup of Nations this year, only one was born in Comoros.
Yeah, and I went just to look at Comoros if they have, because my first instinct was, do these guys have a local league?
Yeah.
Because if all your players, majority of them are coming from abroad, chances are maybe league yenu kuna issue na nini. They have a functional league called the Comoros Premier League.
Yes.
So they have local best players.
And I think the nations and the players are taking advantage of a rule that FIFA changed, I think 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That should be around 2005 when FIFA changed the rules that if you're a player can change nationalities, moso kama hajachezea national team, like I think 3 games. Right?
Yes, 3 games. Yes,
3 games, and most it has to be when you're still young.
Yeah, when you're
like
still
young.
Like we
see, Wilfred Zaha had played for England sometimes back, but now is playing for Ivory Coast. And that rule, you could also feel that players wale players realize, the countries wamezaliwa. If you're born, let's say you have African descent, yes, but you're born in England, you grow, develop, then you get to 20, 21 years old, then you realize, I can't play for England, I can't play for France. Then you say, tulitoka wapi?
Yeah, and then you trace it back and now
tulitoka Kenya. I think I can play for Harambee Stars.
Then maybe I go and do that. Yeah, because from what you said, actually, from the foreign players that I have mentioned, that percent, actually 43% of those players were previously capped by European countries. Meaning at their junior level, young Ampoma under 23, under 20, under 16, they played for a European team.
Yes, beat
France, beat England, beat those countries.
Yeah.
But they didn't sort of made a cut to the senior team. So akasema, you know what, let me go somewhere else.
Yeah. And
let me try somewhere else.
And France seems to be having the bigger chunk of these players.
Again,
the players who are now decided to play for Africa, having been born and raised in where? In Europe. Hakim Ziyech, who was once played for Morocco, was born in the Netherlands. Some of them were born in France. Some of them were born in Spain. Some of them were born in Portugal. And even in England.
Yes, because out of the foreign players we have, I think 107 were born and raised in France.
Look at that.
107 majority were born and raised in France. But that comes back to the conversation about colonialism, because if you see most of the players that have gone to France, the countries they come from were colonized by the French. So there's still that relationship with these countries and the French team, or the France as a country. So it's easier for a player, and it's most of West African countries. So for a player to move is easier. For a young player, I'll just use the example of Senegal with generational foot. That is one of their biggest academy in Africa. So you'll see most of their young talent, it's easier for them to go directly to play for a Liga ama kucheza kwa academy za huko, and then now transition pole and then get into in the top tier league, and then of course now move to other European countries. I'll use an example of Mane. The same way he came first, went to France, lower divisions, and then raised, and then eventually found his way to England. So most of them, it starts with that. So there's that still close relationship between the two colonies. So it's easier for their players to move from
the transition from gets easy.
From the African country to France.
Even N'Golo Kante should have then played for Mali.
But him now, he was good enough to play for France. No matter the talent there, he was good enough.
Let me give you some numbers also. Brahim Diaz, who is now currently the top scorer in Africa Cup of Nations 2025, was born in Spain. Of course, he plays for Real Madrid and of course Morocco. Yassine Bonu, the goalkeeper for Morocco, was born in Canada. Sofiane Amrabat and of course Hakim Ziyech, I mentioned him earlier on, were born in the Netherlands.
So there's something else I've seen in that pattern, or in what you are saying. Because kitambo, we didn't have conversations of dual citizenship. You remember? It was difficult for a person to be a dual citizen. Ilikuwa you pick a country and that is your country. Then I think eventually, as the world has evolved, the moment we've made dual citizenship a thing, I think it has made it easier for a player to be a citizen of two countries. So either let's say you were born in England, you've played for the under 16 you've said, you know what, I want to go and represent Nigeria. You are able to do that. You are able to get a Nigerian citizenship as well. So you have two citizens.
Even Ademola Lookman was born in England.
So the moment you made it easier, it's even now easier for the players to move, to make those moves. And believe you me, the more we continue, I think the more the numbers will increase. The more we will continue having more. Because
even in Kenya, we are seeing a lot of players who are born, let's say, in Europe, other parts of the world. They're now wanaanza kurudi kuchezea Harambee Stars. Something that we were not accustomed to some years back.
Because it's now easier to do that. But it begs the questions now about our structures. Why are we not able to nurture our own talent? It's like we're working backwards.
And that's why I also find it a bit awkward when CAF gets rid of CHAN.
Exactly.
Because I thought AFCON is of course the pinnacle of African football. But AFCON is now ni mchanganyiko ya homemade and of course internationally made. But CHAN gives us the homemade, purely homemade. If you're playing for Raja Casablanca, you're playing for Raja Casablanca. If you're playing for Gor Mahia and you're going to play for Harambee Stars, you can't uwezi chukua player anachezea let's say Simba kukuja kucheza Harambee Stars during CHAN.
Yeah.
You see? Yeah. So that I don't find it a bit...
Yeah, because the moment we've scrapped off now CHAN.
Yes.
Now the conversation about local players, it's like sisi sasa tatu watambui.
Yeah.
Because the only time again you're able to see a local best player now ni AFCON. And from the numbers we have seen, most of them are not making into these teams.
Yeah.
We are looking at the foreign the best players. But then again, I won't blame these teams for looking for foreign players who have been born abroad, because the structures are better. They have got the football knowledge. When they come into a team, they raise the quality of that team.
Yeah.
So you can't blame that. But what I question is, why us as a continent, why can't we do that for ourselves?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because even talking of Morocco, the host, the top scorer during CHAN, that is Osama Lamloui.
Yeah.
I've not seen him in the Moroccan
he got injured.
AFCON team.
Yeah, he got injured. I don't know, he broke, I think it is his knee or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the one of player I was looking forward to see, by the way.
Yes.
Yes.
So I think maybe CHAN tungeendelea tunayo to help us also, because the idea of CHAN was to help nurture the African talent within the continent. But sasa since imetolewa, we're going to have the African Nations League, which again will still go and bring the foreign based players, the players who have been born and raised and made foreign in the foreign lands, watakuja kucheza in the African Nations League. So we might not see,
we might not give limelight to the local best
and now
players.
Since it's open to everybody, hata sisi Kenya huku, it might not be very easy to get the local players, people like Alpha Chris Onyango, players who are playing in the league,
in the local league,
keep playing in the national team on a regular basis. Itakuwa ngumu sana.
So it's a matter of, we just need to we need to find a balance. Because I'm sure in the next few years, AFCON will continue and grow. Commercially, we'll continue making more money. Because as we have seen, CAF is really pumping money into these different tournaments. Prize money inaongezeka, nini inaongezeka. Popularity inaongezeka. Everything else, it's just growing. But we need to find a way to make it ours. In terms of just our local players, they also need to get that limelight. But again, it comes again, how are we improving our football in terms of our football education? How are we training our coaches? Because football education comes from where? Coaches.
Yes.
How many coaches in the African continent have CAF A, CAF Bs? How many of them have UEFA Pros or whatever? You know, how many of those do we have? Because they're the ones who will impact exactly. Get that football knowledge to the players. And then now it grows from there. So it's neither a good or a bad thing.
Ukiguza coaches, unaguza hata most coaches in Kenya. Because we've seen it many a times that a team is participating in the CAF competitions, but coach wao ana the requisite documents for him to sit on the bench during that game. That means they have to hire someone to come and sit on the bench during the CAF games. Then after CAF games imeisha, yule mwingine anarudi kwa touchline when it comes to the league games. So I think we just need to the knowledge and watu waende kusomea hizi different courses.
We need to do that, and we need to build our own. We need to build our own ecosystem. Yes, it's very, very, very important, because there is no point for us to continue and then we lose our identity.
Yes.
Now you'll see even the football we'll be playing. You'll see
Europe.
Near Europe too, ni Pep. You'll see Pep in AFCON indirectly.
Unawatch DRC, unawatch ni Pep.
Hii ni Pep tu kabisa. Hii ni kama na watch Man City. So we are losing that identity. And what a lot of coaches like about African players, remember, and I think it's Mourinho once said what he likes about African players, kuna ile kujituma, there's power. African players are powerful. So the moment we make them European-ish, and in terms of football and tactics na nini, they lose.
So
that.
even
we lose
Africanish football.
Africanish football, we lose it because we are powerful. Generally, that is what we are gifted. Our players are gifted with this power. So we need to maintain our identity. We just need to, of course, to just find a balance.
Yes. Absolutely. Of course, talk to us. Tell us, what do you think about